My parents were obsessed with my little sister. Everything they did revolved around her. Holidays, clothes shopping, family dinners, all of it was for Eleanor. It was like I was invisible. I had worked so hard this year at school and even became top of my class. But even that barely got my parents to stop fawning over Eleanor for more than 2 seconds. Our annual vacations were just random spots Eleanor pointed to on a map. She didn't even know where she was pointing. This year was going to be different though. My dad pulled me aside to talk last month.
You've been such a great big sister, letting Eleanor take center stage all the time. But you worked so hard this year and you deserve a reward. What do you want to do for family vacation?
I want to go on a cruise. I was so excited. A real vacation on a real cruise ship. For once, we were doing what I wanted. When I walked into the living room, Eleanor had her eyes closed, and then she spun around and pointed to somewhere on the map.
Looks like we're going to Panama.
Dad just said I was choosing.
You both are. We'll go on a cruise to Panama.
I can't just have 1 year that's just mine.
You're being very selfish, Sarah. This is a compromise. You should be happy.
Why is it always me who has to compromise while Eleanor gets everything she wants? My dad looked apologetic, but he didn't stick up for me. I started to stomp off, then I slipped on my sister's stupid toy. So annoying. I couldn't even storm away without her ruining it. But as soon as we got on the ship, I decided, you know what? I wasn't gonna let it ruin my vacation. I was gonna ditch my family and do my own thing. My parents probably wouldn't even notice me being gone anyway. I couldn't believe it. The ship was gigantic, not to mention gorgeous. I was so ready for this. Our cabin was a little small for 4 people, but that's all right. I didn't plan on spending much time in the room. We were thinking of hitting the buffet. Sorry, can't. I'm going to the pool. I zoomed out of there so fast I practically left a dust cloud. I wasn't gonna get stuck in a buffet line with a bunch of old people and little kids. At the pool, I was lounging on a chair with a good romance book and not a care in the world. The best part? No nagging parents or annoying little sister in sight. I let myself fantasize about meeting a cute guy who looks like the cover model from my romance novel. Hey, not likely, but I could dream. At sunset, I walked to the railing. The sky swirled like cotton candy, and the ocean sparkled in every direction. Then I heard him.
Beautiful.
When I turned to look, I saw a boy with a long blonde mane like a lion. Was I crazy, or did he look exactly like the hero from my romance novel?
The view's not bad either.
Wow, that was cheesy, but I couldn't help blushing anyway.
Hi, I'm Damon.
I'm Sara.
Sarah, let me know if there's anything you need.
That's kind of a weird thing to say to a stranger.
I work here.
He pointed to his uniform. Of course. I felt so embarrassed. Keep it together, Sarah. He's just doing his job. Sorry.
No worries. Want a tour?
Yeah, that would be great. Damon took me on a private tour of the entire ship. I was trying to pay attention to all the interesting facts he was telling me, but I kept thinking about how much he looked like the hero from my romance novel. Was this a dream? Or maybe my fantasies becoming real? When we passed by the kiddie pool, my sister started jumping up and down and waving her arms.
Sarah! Come swim with me!
I put my hands over my eyes and pretended I couldn't see her. Maybe it wasn't the nicest thing to do, but I needed to set boundaries. This was my time. Damon took me up to the bridge where the captain and all the navigation tools were. It was amazing. Is it okay to be here so late? It's almost night. That's when the captain came in and yelled at us. I guess it wasn't okay. Damon took my hand and we raced back down to the main deck. What happened? I didn't know we were breaking the rules.
Technically, we're not supposed to schedule tours this late.
Damon, I don't want to get you in trouble.
You're worth it.
How would you know? You just met me. Maybe I'm a criminal.
Even if you were, I'd still like you.
My heart started to thump in my chest. Damon gently took my hand in his and then kissed me under the stars. In the cabin that night, I lay awake thinking of the kiss. I felt like I'd been transported into a real-life romance novel. Even Eleanor's snoring couldn't wipe the smile off my face. The next morning, I couldn't wait to see Damon again. But before I could leave, my mom blocked me at the door.
You know, this is supposed to be a family vacation. I'd like you to spend some time with us and your sister.
I can't right now. I already made plans. Besides, I see you guys every day.
You're not coming to breakfast, Sarah.
Yes, she is.
Yay!
But Mom, my friend's shift starts at lunchtime. If I don't see him now,
You can see your new friend afterwards.
she didn't listen to a word I said. I was too mad to eat when we got to the cafeteria. I watched the guests at the pool having a blast. Meanwhile, I was stuck here with my parents and annoying sister. And the lady at the next table over was throwing a temper tantrum. Something about her earrings being missing. Eleanor showed me the smiley face she made with her pancakes and bacon, but I wasn't in the mood.
Do you want to help me build sandcastles when we get to shore, Sarah?
Maybe? I knew I couldn't say no here, or else Eleanor would start crying and make breakfast even more unbearable than it already was.
Sarah, stop sulking and eat your breakfast.
I tipped the plate over into my mouth like it was a bag of chips and finished the whole thing in one bite. Then I gave my mom my most sarcastic smile. Can I go now?
Go ahead, sweetie.
I hightailed it out of there before my mom could contradict my dad. Damon wasn't on the sun deck where we agreed to meet, but that made sense. I was over an hour late. Thanks a lot, Mom. I searched all over the ship, but I didn't see him anywhere. Finally, after searching forever, I approached a crew member and asked him if he'd seen Damon. What he told me made my head spin. He told me that no one named Damon worked on this ship. I said there must have been some mistake. I showed him my romance novel and said Damon looked just like the model. But the crew member said he didn't know Damon or anyone else who matched that description. I needed to think. Had I misheard Damon? No, he definitely told me he worked on the boat. He had the uniform and everything. Maybe I'd fallen asleep by the pool and dreamed of the whole thing. No, I knew Damon and our magical day together was real. It had to be.